What's going on, moms and dads? Thanks for joining the latest episode in the Fade You podcast, recapping Super Bowl 57. That was yesterday. Football season is over. Trying to figure out what to do with ourselves. But I think we had a nice weekend. I think the dads had a successful Super Bowl Sunday, unless you faded Den. But
what a shocker, huh? Last game of the season, Den gives a big old fuck you to Chris.
Amazing. And Quan and Chris's squares that he loves to fade all took him for several thousand, I believe. So yeah, Chris isn't here today. We'll talk about that in a sec. My name is Matthew James, and I'm here with Kmart and with Joe, and Neil should be on his way. Kyle, what did you say? Neil is probably picking up one of his
He's got to be picking children. Up. Oh, look, here he comes. Let's find out from the source. Neil, why are you late? Picking up how many of your kids? He's not even connected yet.
He can't even hear us yet. High quality production just as we peter out with the football season.
Perfect. Super Bowl recap, and here we are, disheveled as ever.
Per usual. Neil, how you doing?
Good, Dads. How are we doing today?
Doing fantastic. What I want to do is welcome in anybody who's listening for the first time. We are glad you found our little podcast here. Please subscribe if you're listening to the podcast. And if you are watching on YouTube or catch us on YouTube, please give it a like. Up to a few subscribers, a few dozen on the YouTube channel. So we'd love to see that. And we look forward to bringing much more great content in the football offseason. So we'll talk about plan for the show going forward here at the end. We do have a hard out time at 5 p.m. Puppy's going to come barging in at 5. Joe's got Valentine's Day. He's doing tonight at 5. We are recording the day before Valentine's Day. We just got a like on YouTube. Love to see it. Appreciate that, Chris B.
Chris B.
Who is Chris B? He's always watching. I want to know who this guy is.
He loves it. He absolutely loves it. Shout out Chris B. We appreciate you. So, all right, let's just jump right into. We got a lot to talk about, or a lot we can talk about. One, Chris Duke not here today. That's okay. Chris left multiple group chats last night. 2 that I was in. Joe, was there any more that you were in that he also left?
No. He didn't leave any other ones, but you know the dad was distraught.
The dad was distraught. He may, unconfirmed. We can't really, not really sure. There was no ticket number sent, but Chris was talking a big game about having a substantial sum on the under last night.
Which was dead as soon as it kicked off.
Dead. As soon as the Eagles get past midfield, 1 minute into the game before you could blink, you knew that puppy was going to fly over.
Yep.
So, yeah, long story short, no one has heard from Chris. Search party's not out there yet. But let's be honest, Chris is probably drunk on the golf course right now. So much for dry February. Good effort, Chris. So Chris not here today.
I mean, what a coward picking the shortest day of the month, or month of the year too, and he still couldn't get through it.
He almost got through half though. Almost half.
Yeah, almost half.
Is there an ideal month to do like a dry month? Like February is ridiculous. You're not going Super Bowl without drinking. March, obviously, for March Madness is a horrible idea. April?
Masters.
You got Masters.
Neil,
I feel
that's
like
a great question.
Those summer months are just so boring. You have to drink, right? Like they're just so boring. There's nothing else going on.
Well, summer also brings going to baseball games. You're not going to go to a baseball game.
Not drink.
It's like the whole point of going to a baseball game. Spending $30 for a 24-ounce beer in a can.
Many would say that is how you get through a baseball game. Yeah.
You guys can.
What is the worst?
I love.
What is
baseball.
The worst sports month? What is the worst month for sports? I think that's the only way you can answer this question.
August.
No, because then football. So I was thinking that too.
Does it really start?
I think it's
0.
I think it's football. God, it might be May because none of us really give a shit about the NBA anymore. Like
it's
May,
Very
June,
thick
Yeah.
going on
maybe
there.
July. I guess July because it's legit just baseball.
But you're not gonna fucking not drink on 4th of July.
That's true.
Right.
You got to
Yeah.
take
And you're-
July's premier.
June is
drinking
Father's
time.
Day. We're all dads to some degree here.
So is it August?
June is sneaky good.
Yeah.
May's out because you got Memorial Day weekend where you're gonna
Right.
grill and barbecue and drink.
Yep.
Kind of the unofficial kickoff to summer. So
Mhm.
Dude, Matt, that time we got the keg was just so much fun.
Chris B in the chat probably remembers getting the keg.
Yeah. He was
Yeah.
there.
Chris
Good
B
old
in the
Todd.
chat may have been doing a keg stand with Todd on a Memorial Day.
Oh man.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Oh,
All right, so
that's
Chris not here. That's okay. We will carry on without Chris Duke. Everyone pray for Chris's bank account on this Monday after the Super Bowl. So, all right, let's get into some rapid fire things related to the Super Bowl and bets that the dads had made. Neil, did you hedge your Eagles future?
Yes. I would have bet one more if Philadelphia had won. I would have hit a perfect sweet spot if I could have gotten a middle, because I did. Again, don't recommend, but because it's the Super Bowl, you don't have another choice. I did tease KC up to +8 with an over 43.5.
After those two basketball bets I gave you that were blowout winners, you still did the over.
I had over that, and I had the.
Good thing you teased that down because there was no way that thing was hitting.
Yeah, I wasn't going to go to the under, but yeah, it was fine, but it probably would have worked out better. It would have been about a $350, $400 bigger win if Philadelphia had won.
Well, I'm glad we brought that up. You know, that's the position everyone dreams of being in, is when you have a sizable future rolling into a championship game, and you are going to come out a winner no matter what if you do it right. So hopefully we can have some more opportunities in the future where the dads have some epic future. Anybody have any futures right now that are sort of live-ish? Any hedgeable potential futures?
I don't know how to hedge it, but I saw yesterday when I was looking for Super Bowl props that they have the presidential election odds out. So I do have a future in 2024 if anyone wants to make a wild guess.
I saw that too, Kmart, and I was like, ooh, maybe I should just fire Trump, DeSantis, and Biden.
I mean, honestly, you could just make money.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's see. I've got.
Let's talk about Super Bowl.
Yeah, we'll do futures on a future show. How about that?
Futures on a
well,
future
let's talk
show.
Super Bowl. Kmart, big winner on the coin toss. Congratulations. Describe the scene when the referee said it is tails.
Well, I got to our friend's place, and I'm shoveling pizza in my mouth because I didn't get to eat anything while I was golfing. So I get there, I instantly see they're going out. So I pick Clara up because I'm like, all right, either way, I'm holding a baby. There's babies down. Like, I can't overreact either way. And all week I'm just like tails. I'm trying to put it in the universe, just tails. I'm practicing myself, and it goes up. And I couldn't even see, someone had to say it for me. And then I just started pounding my chest, and then I was like, sweet. And then I added $200 more on the Chiefs.
Well, the ref took 5 minutes to explain. Okay, here's this.
I fucking hate when they do that. Like, they always make it confusing. Like, this side is tails, this side's just fucking make it simple.
How hard is it? It's a coin. It is
the dumbest thing in the world. I fucking hate it. We're gonna get to a point where somebody's gonna forget that's heads and tails and fuck it up. Yeah. Like they did the what game was that?
Like they did that before.
They did it. They did it
definitely
before.
Has happened.
It happened.
Yeah. Yeah.
And was anyone else confused? Like, I thought, did they used to do 2 coin flicks? Like, I thought that this one of that random broad flipping the coin was an honorary thing. and like it wasn't the real. It's always just been one. I didn't even know if that was the real coin toss or not.
What I like too is when they do the coin with just one helmet on each side. Then you don't have to call shit.
Yeah,
just flip it.
Coin.
That team wins.
Yeah, why does it have to be heads? Is this person's logo and tails is this other logo? It just and it takes them 5 minutes to explain. It's very, very. I'm with you, Joe. I was thinking that we're like, why is this so hard?
Yeah,
it's a two-sided coin.
Yeah,
Jesus.
It's ridiculous.
Anyway,
yeah.
Congrats on the coin toss winner, Kmart. Dennis also on tails. So congrats,
Matt,
Dennis.
did you follow? I know in years past you've.
I did not. Damn. No, I mean with us not together, I was like, no, I don't want to put weird juju out there. So
fair
yeah,
enough.
and I usually bet tails. I bet tails as well, but I usually bet tails, but I didn't do it this year because I had so much goddamn money riding on the Chiefs.
Yeah. We'll get to that next. We talked about Chris losing his ass on the under. So good job, Chris. Probably thought that was real sharp. Even though the total moved, right? What did that end up closing at? 50.5, 51?
50.5.
I saw 51, so did it come back down?
I don't know. When I was an hour before game time and firing some shit off, it was 50.5.
Okay.
It looks like it closed at 51.5.
Kyle, you mentioned adding on Chiefs after your coin toss win. Joe, I mean, I got to give you credit. You on our show after the day after the championship game said you were going to be on Chiefs the whole way, never wavered.
Yep.
I mean, you did do Chiefs pretty much right away, right?
I did it I did Chiefs as soon as the Niners-Eagles game was over. Like that night. I fired the bet. Like within 20 minutes of that game ending, I fucking fired that bet.
And I think Joe, because initially, like I was probably leaning Eagles, and then when you guys were going crazy about the line movement, and Joe was just so confident on Chiefs, I'm like, fade myself. Like Joe's been so good all football season. I'm just like, I'm gonna follow Joe.
This was just one of those things where I was not gonna let the media bullshit over the next 2 weeks, and all the oh, is he hurt? Is he not? All this shit. I knew there was going to be so much information out there. I said, I just watched 2 fucking football games. I think I know what's going to happen when these 2 teams play. I'm firing it now, and I'm going to fucking stay with it. And I did, and I'm glad I did because it was the right side. Even during the game, I sent you guys that one of my other buddies was like, dude, the Eagles are going to win. The Eagles are going to win. I'm like, dude, no, they're not.
They're the better team.
They're simply better.
They're simply they're just better.
I wanted to add.
They look better when they fucking stay on the field the whole goddamn first half, and Patrick Mahomes doesn't get to play. So yeah, of course they look better, but
and when they don't call a blatant hold on Juju on 3rd down, they got the one that mattered though.
Right, they did.
And so I wanted to talk about live betting too, because Kmart, I think it was you. I can't keep track.
Yeah, after the Eagles scored initially, I knew it. I mean, they're the best team at scoring on their first drive, so I wanted to pretty much put my entire winning on the coin toss, but the odds sucked. It was -105, so I did a little bit before, and then I knew as soon as the Eagles jumped out, I was like, okay, so I got like +155, and then for once I was kind of smart, I was like, you know what, I'm going to take that +3.5 just in case. What happened at the end was reversed. I hedged myself a little bit because you kind of knew that game was coming down to whoever has the ball last, probably kicking a field goal or running out the clock. Lucked out that way, but that's the way I saw the game. I mean, I saw the way the game played out is almost exactly how I saw it. High scoring, last possession, game over.
Yeah, firing the Eagles or firing the Chiefs as soon as the Eagles scored is so fucking smart. I wish I would have done that. I was already highly intoxicated and not thinking clearly. So, but yeah, it was that was a fun game for sure. Fun game.
So I actually didn't drink yesterday because I'm so bad on Super Bowl Sunday for live wagering. Like this is probably the best Super Bowl gambling I've had in, I don't know, Matt, 5 since Denver beat the living snot out of Carolina.
Cam Newton. Yeah.
Oh, Newton.
Like literally, like otherwise it's been like a break even or just a massive loss live wagering. And I'm like, I need a clear head. Like I want to make money. So I was just like, fuck alcohol today.
Yeah.
And I just dude, I must have ate like 20 wings, 4 pieces of pizza. Someone made a pizookie. I was just eating. I'm like, whatever. I'm still having fun.
Yeah, I started the day off in wild fashion. I went to a champagne brunch. So you know what that's going to lead to. So it was kind of a marathon of a day, but I did not. I had discipline. I did not fire a bunch of random live bets. I just fired second half was the only in-game bet I placed. And that was Chiefs -3.
Yeah, that was smart. See, when I looked, I saw it -3.5, and I was like, like I don't like. I have the +3.5. I just didn't see the benefit of it. You know, if it was -3, I probably would have, because then I'm like, okay, I got 3.5 and 7.
I wish I was on the podcast last week so I could have discussed the two props I had that both teams would hold a lead in the first half, which was plus 130, and then both teams to hold a lead in the second half was like plus 140. And I bet both lost first half.
You would have been pissed first half with that missed field goal.
Yeah, that fucked me, but I mean it didn't matter. I went 1-1 plus half a unit, so or a fourth of a unit. It's fine.
Yeah.
So you guys, a lot of people are going to be kicking themselves today. How did I not see it? Or because the public was on the Eagles, so how did I not see it? Or they're going to hindsight themselves to death. So was it for you guys, the Chiefs, over the course of 60 minutes, we're going to find a way to pass and pull away
better
from
coach
that
and quarterback, even on one ankle. I mean, I think we all said it. Mahomes, Joe didn't want to go into the narrative, and my main point was Andy Reid off a bye. That's been so good to us. Like, why would we not go with Andy Reid going into the Super Bowl when it's Sirianni and the Eagles, who we knew? I mean, they're a great football team, but we knew they were fraudulent when they're going to play someone like the Chiefs because of their strength of schedule. It was dead last.
That was
like so many guys I talked to at the golf course yesterday were just like, "Oh, Eagles are way better," and I'm just like, man, if I had 10 grand to put on this game, I would do it, because just all the people with money, just Eagles, blah blah blah. I was just like, can I take a loan from you and just put it on the Chiefs? And after the game, I text my dad. I was like, hey, next time you talk to that rich fuck, tell him I told you so for me.
And then you look at all the fucking talking heads, the Fox guys, all 4 of them went to fucking Philly. And dude, as soon as I started seeing all this shit, I could not have been more confident in the Chiefs. Even when the Chiefs were down, how many goddamn times has Patrick Mahomes come back from double-digit leads? A fucking 1,000 times.
Yeah.
It was just because
all I thought about at halftime was, Matt, is when he did it against us, our Niners. I was just like, it's 10. They've done this before, and they ain't the fourth quarter yet.
And that Eagles defense was just fucking horrible. Holy shit. The vaunted Eagles defense that set records for most sacks gets 0 sacks and probably 1 pressure. Jesus Christ.
Definitely makes the Niners game plan look a little worse when you have a team. I mean, they were just under constant duress, and then you see it completely neutralized. I mean, the Eagles had moments in the game where they were kind of kicking ass. And then at the end of the day, like you mentioned, the knock on the Eagles all along was, well, look at the quarterbacks they played. Look at the road they had to get to the Super Bowl. And Kyle, like you mentioned a minute ago, when they actually go up against the best of the best, you saw what happened in the second half. Chiefs score on every drive.
But to kind of make a point, I mean, I do believe the Chiefs' offensive line is a lot better than San Francisco's, but the difference of quarterbacks, really, because if Purdy steps up in that pocket to throw to Ayuk, he doesn't get hit by Reddick. And that's the difference. How many times do we see Mahomes, even with that ankle sidestep, get out of pressure? I mean, he was pressured at least 5-6 times, and it looked like he was going to get one arm tackled, but he just has that presence in the pocket, and that's what makes him great, is extending plays.
He had the one where he's
shown that, but it's I feel like the prototypical quarterback anymore, they just don't step up in the pocket anymore.
Yeah, there was the one where he was wrapped up and Kelsey pulled it off the ground right above his foot.
Yep.
And the Eagles just had, or the Chiefs just had a few more of those.
And I think that's an important point, man. I think we're talking, right? We're talking, and I think a lot of us were on Kansas City, thought that was going to be, Joe and Kmart thought that was going to be right. This game was a hell of a lot closer than I think you guys are making it out to be. And I want to caution just to say it's not this wasn't a slam dunk, but this was the team that had been there, that had done that. That, like you said, how many times you can go back to? I remember Kansas City being down. I think it was 24-0 against my Texans a few years ago in the playoffs, and came back like it was nothing. Right? This was a very familiar place for the Chiefs to be, where it wasn't a very familiar place for the Eagles to have been this season, where, like you said, they run off, they get these leads, and they coast. They were one of the worst second half offenses in football. And I'm just to make a point, it's like this was a spot where the Chiefs could always come back, right? Like, that was the reason I thought that the Chiefs teasing it up to +8 was one of the greatest things. Because if you had said, like, who wins a 3-point game, I don't know. But who wins this game by double digits? The Chiefs. There was no way that the Eagles were winning that game by double digits.
But I think the Eagles had, like, their ideal script to win a game potentially by double digits. Jump out to the lead, run the football. Guess what they did? Jump out to the lead, ran the football.
But they had a pick, right? But they had a
problem.
They had the fumble, right? They had the fumble for a touchdown.
Which really fucked them.
Which really fucked them, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, not to say, like, Kansas City had a doink field goal miss. Like, there were some things on both sides. But
the fucking punt return.
The punt return, exactly. Like,
if you take those two plays away, the Chiefs lose this game.
Yeah.
I think the Eagles control it even more, run the ball, fucking slow it down. But those two plays, dude, that was fucking huge, man. It was fucking huge. But, I mean, shout out Jalen Hurts, man. He was going to be the MVP.
100%, yeah.
And but,
I
like,
think someone was saying,
last throw, though, like, I mean,
I don't know what that was. Yeah, that was.
No,
weird.
I mean, it's his shoulder. Like, he's not 100.
No,
like,
he stepped on Kelsey's foot.
Did he?
Yeah. That fucked him
up like that.
Okay. Yeah, it just looked like the trajectory is like, man, you knew he was going for it, because when they did that squib kick, I'm sitting there like, this motherfucker can throw it 70 yards. And then after that, I'm like, oh, what happened there? But okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, he stepped on Kelsey. I found a thread on it on Twitter. Okay. They showed like a slow-mo replay of him. He stepped on him when he was like crow hopping to throw.
Okay.
So a lot of people, prisoner of the moment, are talking about, it was an instant classic and it was a great game. You guys gonna remember this one in 5 years?
No, because I didn't even remember until today that last year's game also was decided by a PI. Like, I didn't even, because I mean, I claim I like the Bengals and I cheer for them, but even though it happened to them, I don't remember that shit. Only thing I remember is how the Niners got robbed in 13 and how they blew it in 19 or 20, I guess.
I think this one's memorable because the scoring, it was fucking 38-35, a shootout. 2, the call at the end. Everybody's gonna bitch and moan about that, but anybody that's complaining about that is fucking stupid. I think it was holding. Like, that's been called all fucking year. The one thing that I did question it though was that was the first holding PI any call throughout the entire fucking game. Yeah. So I'm sure you could find other plays where that same kind of thing is happening.
Oh yeah,
but it was fucking holding, dude. I don't care what Philly fans say. It was fucking holding. Like, there's not
once, but twice. But Joe, that's the thing. Like, on third down with almost 2 minutes left, like it was just under 2 minutes. You don't have to do it, because even if they score, you have 1:45 left. So it's kind of like, well, that's why Debo's saying Bradbury's trash, because clearly he's fucking stupid.
Yeah, and well, honestly, I give Bradbury a ton of fucking credit, because he came out right after that game and said, hey, yeah, it was holding. I fucked up. I think that's huge. That's fucking badass. Speaking about a prisoner of the moment, he was the exact opposite. He fucking grabbed his balls and said, hey, I fucked up. I cost my team potentially a championship. So good on him for saying that.
A lot of talk today, too, about the field was terrible.
The sod father is a fraud.
A joke. Yeah, slipping all over the place. So one of the Eagles was saying it was like playing on ice, like we're just slipping everywhere.
In water, like a water slide.
Not a good. Yeah, that's what it was. Not a good look for the NFL.
Didn't they pay $800,000 for that turf? 2 years growing it, and like somehow their green thumb doesn't realize, if you don't grow it in the same temperature and humidity, then the grass is gonna be different when you lay it down to sod.
What a joke!
Like,
yeah, not good.
It's silly.
And the broadcast made a major. They were talking about it all the time, that guys are slipping, and so just a fun game, but weird in some ways, with the call at the end, with the field. Any other crazy stuff that happened? It's just, I think it's cool for Andy Reid. He is such a god.
He is the god.
It's so because obviously the Chiefs are the new Patriots, right? At least it's kind of set up that way. And Andy Reid is such an anti-Belichick, where he just seems jolly.
Players coach, has a good ass time, calls those hilarious plays where they're fucking doing whatever that
ring around the rosy or whatever. Yeah.
God, how do you not want to just go play for fucking Andy Reid?
Did you guys hear in one of the media sessions leading up, someone asked if he drinks coffee? He says, "No, I'm not a coffee drinker." And they asked him where the energy comes from, and he's like, "Well, I guess I'm just a chubby guy with energy." It was great.
I think the all-time Reid story is he goes to a steakhouse. I don't remember who he was with, but instead of ordering surf and turf, he got turf and turf. He got 2 fucking steaks. He ordered a porterhouse and a ribeye.
That's awesome.
I'm like, that's such a god.
Amazing. He talks about liking cheeseburgers and shit.
Fuck Terry Bradshaw for talking shit, calling him fat on the fucking stage when he was getting his trophy. Did you see that?
No.
He was like, "Come on, big guy, waddle on over here.
Waddle on over." I heard.
Oh my
that.
God.
I got a burger waiting for you.
Jeez.
Fuck you, Terry.
I mean, because I know when he won his first, 3 years ago, I know he said, "I'm going to go get a cheeseburger."
Yeah.
So I know he was probably making a joke, but yeah, that's kind of fucked up. Waddle over here.
Yeah, I'd be like, "Hey, Terry, suck it."
Andy's great, though. I mean, we shall see how many Mahomes wins in the grand scheme of things here. They certainly could win several more. It's crazy. I was talking about this with some people at work today. Also, shout out everyone who had work today. Hope you got through it okay. We said, okay, let's take the rest of the considered very good quarterbacks in the AFC. So let's take Allen, Burrow, Lamar, and Herbert. And we said, how many of those guys will never win one? If you got to go through the Chiefs in the AFC and the course of their career, think of all the guys that never won. Marino, obviously the most famous one who never won a Super Bowl. Manning only won one with the Colts. So of those 4 guys, how many of them are going to win at least one, and how many are going to get shut out and never win one?
I think the majority of them will get one.
You think Lamar's going to get one?
It's hard, man.
I can't see her, and I can't see her getting one without a coach.
I was going to say I can't see Herbert getting one.
It depends. I mean, these guys aren't shackled to those teams.
Yeah, Herbert's not going to get one with the Chargers. I don't think so.
Get that dickhead out of there. He probably can.
I agree, but yeah. Burrow would, to me, but I would like Burrow would be the one that would be the highest on the list. To yes, he will, and I think so. Him even more so than Allen, in my opinion.
Well, Cincy is second in odds next year. Chiefs are the favorite. Is Cincy number 2? Did I see that this morning?
Niners.
No, I'm showing that.
I thought I saw Cincy 8. I thought I saw Cincy plus 850. Niners, Bills were 9. I don't know. I don't know if that was DraftKings. I don't know what that was from, but
I think I saw Niners plus 600.
Shout out.
I'm saying Niners.
Shout out Trent getting fucking "Bitch Better Have My Money" as the first halftime song. You
Hilarious.
think that I thought it was fucking funny when he posted it. I'm like, oh, it's kind of bullshit. And I went to look at my book and they took it down, and I was like, you bitches. And it was fucking right, dude. He got it. And I was like, damn.
Yeah, I couldn't find the damn thing. I tried.
I saw it like a week ago, and then I was like, all right, cool. they'll probably have it up still because Trent doesn't do dick. And nope, dude, like DraftKings pulled it down. Everybody pulled it down as soon as Trent posted that tweet saying the guy said, "It's bitch better have my money," and it was fucking right, dude. I can't believe it.
Wow.
Holy shit. I think Gatorade color, fucking Chris won that.
Yeah.
Purple. Christine, my wife, fired blue.
I put pizza money on Gatorade. Orange.
The clear, it was clear like 4 years ago. I won that one. That was fun.
Same. Yeah, because it was like clear or blue. It was. I remember it being a multi one. That's the only one I've ever won.
But yeah, that was great. I wish I would have put more on the Chiefs. Kind of pissed at myself. I was being in Detroit all week. I was like the dude. I totally forgot the Super Bowl was even happening. Like it was the whole week. I didn't think about it whatsoever.
Joe, was great. It was a great football season for you. I mean, we'll revisit just the contest success, tied for 26 in the Super Contest. Good playoffs for you. Obviously, a great Super Bowl for you, and just collectively for the dads across the board in terms of doing the content each week and all finishing above 50% in the contest. So over here at Fade U, good football season. Fun to put it away and look forward to next season. Anything you guys are looking at for the off season? Excited to see what happens.
College basketball for 6 weeks. That's the only thing on my mind right now. Finish this season strong, and then I'll worry about probably following Ariel's Diamond K's.
USFL cock. Digging into some baseball. Can't wait for baseball. That's going to be fucking awesome. Probably going to dig in a little more in the NHL. I've been fucking around with some shell lately. Doing pretty good.
We love the pucks. Love the pucks on this show. Neil, what about you? Any final thoughts on the football season? Any off-season stuff that you can't wait to see?
Denver Broncos 40-1.
Ugh.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Kind of disgusting.
Get those donkeys out of here.
Is Detroit going to be the Super Squares team to win the Super Bowl at 30-1?
Yes.
Are they going to? Is that like the narrative we're going to hear all off-season? And especially if Aaron leaves that division too.
It'll be Lions division, Lions playoffs, Lions win total over.
They'll be next season's Vikings then. Cool.
I think more popular. I mean, they were popular this year.
I mean, they'll be good, and then come playoff time, they'll get fucking waxed. That's what I mean by it.
Dude, Ford Field is sick as fuck. I drove right by it when I went to the Red Wings game on Thursday. It's fucking badass. Except for you might get stabbed out front of it. That's not an exaggeration.
Glad you made it back in one piece, Joe. All right, everybody, we'll end it there. So here's the plan going forward. Football season is over. Our content will shift a little bit. Football off season, we like to bring different guests on. We're definitely going to have Ariel on in March to preview baseball season. We'll have a couple other guests here and there to talk about various other things. Obviously, college basketball is a big priority over the next few weeks, like Kyle mentioned. So we'll get some people on to talk hoops with us. So stay tuned. Plenty of good stuff coming up. And thanks for hanging with us all football season. Continue to hang with us going forward. Make sure you are subscribed, or make sure you're following Fade U on Twitter at Fade U Sports. Get the live streams on Twitter for the Two Dads show. Joey Cheese has been on there a few times, just giving winner after winner in college hoops. So that's been great. Hope that continues going forward. And Dads, we'll wrap it up there. That's it for football season.
T-minus 207 days, boys.
Can't wait. Can't wait.
Yep.
All right, everybody. We for our next show, we're going to try to do one later this week with a guest. Get that one out early next week. Otherwise, stay tuned and keep an eye out for the Fade U podcast and Bet Poop.
It's out there. It's out there.
Like Bucknell.